The day you see sex in everyone but me. Never been. Hey y'all, I'm back. Part 2 on the ride home. If you haven't checked out the previous video that I did this morning, you might want to stop this one. Oh, good Lord. You can tell I had a rough day. Go check that video out from this morning so you kind of understand what the conversation is about. The video is entitled, Why Do We Neglect Our Children? And I kind of was just talking about basically Dwight Howard, NBA player, son, one of his kids had posted a video telling his truth. And I didn't see the whole thing, but from what I saw from it, I mean, it wasn't like he was bashing him. He was just telling his truth. So I posed the question for real, for everybody else to kind of to think about. So you're in a relationship with someone, whether it's simply just physical or maybe one of you had plans to stay together and the other didn't, or you both had plans to stay together and it just didn't work out. Naturally, well, not naturally, more times than not, if the relationship ends, badly, a lot of animosity, but there's a kid involved. You know, whatever your relationship is with each other, it shouldn't hinder your relationship with the child. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not men bashing or anything like that, because there's some, women out there that neglect their children as well. But my question is, even though your relationship with the other person didn't go well, or y'all ended on bad terms, one of you hurt the other, why does that have to affect the child or the children? Because they're the innocent party. They just want the love of a parent, regardless of what happened between the two of you. The kids don't really know. I mean, unless they like there and there was physical abuse witnessed by the child, or physical abuse on the child, or something like that, different story. But if you have a kid, why wouldn't you want to be in their life? Why wouldn't you want to be a part of watching them take their first steps, or watching them say their first words, or whatever milestones you're missing when you're not there. I know, whatever the case may be, maybe maybe she messed around and you're not quite sure if that child is yours. Okay, go get a blood test to rule out the fact that it may not be. It may be somebody else's. Don't let that affect, because that truly, if it comes out that you are the father, you're missing time with that child. But then too, what we normally don't think about is, if the child is yours and say you need, later on in life, you get sick and you need a kidney or something like that. Say you do know that that's your child and you get sick and you need a kidney or something like that. But you neglected that child. You chose not to have a relationship or be around or be in that child's life. So now, something that could have possibly helped you out is now, well, it could, there's an inkling of a possibility that someone would help you. But then too, and this actually has been on my mind for a while, when we get older, generally we are going to be in a position to where we need someone to help us. I'm not necessarily talking financial. I'm actually speaking, when you get older, you can't really move around as well, and a lot of times you can't care for yourself. Who's going to be there to care for you? If you believe that your children are going to be there, you need to think about, what did you do for them? Did you neglect them because you had an issue with their mother, the woman that you chose to lay up with and play around with and all the stuff and produce this child? We don't think about that. And with that, from personal experience, as I said before, my stepdad raised me. And I got to see my dad every now and again. A serious, real relationship wasn't really formed. I probably had a better relationship with him than my siblings. But still, I can't truly sit back and say, oh, my dad did this for me, he did that for me, no, I cannot say that. However, being that he is older and needs help, I struggle with how do I put your health and well-being in front of my own or in front of my kids. That's no better, huh? I need to get a light because this is bad. I struggle with putting your life and your well-being in front of my life, my kids' life, my mother's life, because you were in need of help. And I was put in a situation where very stressful. I had to try and figure out where you were going to stay and, how to make sure you got proper care and you weren't being taken advantage of. And last year was a rough year for me and my father, and I didn't truly understand why I wasn't getting the help that I was seeking from others. Well, when you burn your bridges with almost everybody, people aren't willing to put themselves out there for you again. So it was kind of rough until my cousin said, hey, I have a cousin and she has a board and care home and, she'll take it. When you, which was definitely a blessing. Y'all can see my white teeth. It was a blessing, but it had me asking the question about our men who, and I mean, mostly that's what I see, but I know there are women out there as well, so I'm not 100% putting it on the men, but never worked a real job. Goodness. Never worked a real job. So you don't really have a pension or a lot of Social Security. So financially, you become, for lack of better words, a burden. I'm sorry, y'all. This is really bad. The lighting. Let's see if I can fix it for us while I'm here. Until 6. I was trying to do a better light, but we're gonna have to pull out the bright light. Okay, let's see how that works. Oh no. Hold on, y'all. Let's pull up for a second. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to make it better so y'all can see my little black self. Okay. Is that better? A little better? Let's see. Better? Bottom. Okay. I didn't know it was gonna get that dark. So financially, I'm not able to assist when life is expensive and you only get a little of something. And truly, I have a full household, so I can't, I don't have space for you. So the trauma or the dilemma is, what do? You know, how do you care for someone, which also you find out that any financial help that you give someone who is on Social Security disability, you're actually that's considered income. And because that's considered income, they're going to take that and deduct it from future payments for that individual. So I do say all this to say that you may not believe that you neglecting your kids is gonna come back on you. But what happens when you need that help? What's gonna happen to you? Who's gonna be there to support you and take care of you? And you know, generally our mothers are the ones that are always there. So naturally, I'm gonna do everything I can for my mama. You know, she raised me, she was there, you know, she clothed me, she guided me, all that. I'm gonna pause y'all for 1 second. Okay, y'all. So let's as adults, and for our young people just now having babies, think about that. Did you choose the right person to have a baby with? Were there issues in the relationship before y'all conceived the child? Are you giving that other person grief just because, which is causing all the drama between you two? What's the reason? Why are you doing that? Let's try and work together and care for the children. If you're on my Facebook, and I posted a video that I saw on YouTube earlier. 12-year-old boy, I forget what state, in another state, but it was like a Zoom court hearing. Little boy was just a little menace, and the judge was just basically saying, okay, you did this, you came before me once before, and I let you go, and you came before me again, and you cut your ankle monitor off, and he's posting videos talking about the judge, and talking about with guns, and apparently he shot a 1-year-old, and I mean, just a 12-year-old. A 12-year-old. Y'all did hear me, right? Dude was 12. My daughter's 12. And he crying and going on like a 12-year-old probably would if they were in some big trouble. But the judge say, you come in here time and time again in my, to my court, and say you're not gonna do it again, and you do it again, and you cry and say you're not gonna do it again, give me one more chance, and then you end up back here. And he's just crying. Check the video out and tell me what you think about it. But I mention this because it goes back to parenting. It goes back to it goes back to parenting. I don't know if that little boy's father was in his life or not. I don't truly know if the mother is in his life or not. The judge said that the grandfather was always at the hearings, and that's who he was staying with, and who was setting rules for him. How do we stop that? 12. No, excuse me. He was 11 going on 12. So the judge told him, I could keep you here till you're 19, because all you're going to do is go back out there and do the same thing over and over again. Maybe he needed a little more love. Maybe he needed both parents in his life. Maybe he had both parents in his life, and they had some things. And I just say all this to get us thinking. As parents, we should work together. But also don't dismiss those bonus parents, the step parents. I had 2 really great step parents, or I have. And I appreciate everything that they've done in my life. And because I have that, I try to be that to all my stepkids. And my bonus kids. We're all family. And my grandbabies. We're all family. So we need to act accordingly. Come together. Stop tearing each other down. Stop tearing each other down. For the sake of the children, let them see us be grown-ups and work together to make a better life for those kids, even if we're not together. Let's make sure we're supporting our children. I'm gonna end right here. I think I've ranted enough. I'm home now and it's dark. It's that week before daylight savings, and it's just, it is 7, but yeah, it's dark. So I will check in with you guys again. I know a lot of people haven't seen the first video, so I didn't get any comments or questions or anything for me to bounce off of, but I'll check back in. I'll keep looking, keep watching. Please subscribe. This isn't the only thing that I'm gonna do. My sister said, get out the car. I will get out the car, but I think it makes for a really good ride, and I get to talk to y'all. So please like my videos or dislike them, whatever. But watch them. See if they bring something up for you. Subscribe to my channel, please. If not, okay. If it doesn't benefit you, that's fine. As long as you've actually made an effort. Because you'll never know unless you make an effort. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Good night.